Westminster Bridge is, just turn around the corner, going to the right around the corner there, you can't quite see it. That was where the attacker crashed his car into the wall, and it was Westminster Bridge there where he appears to have done most of the damage to people, knocking people down. One lady we've been told about, she got into the river somehow. She has been rescued. She's being treated. She was injured, but she's being treated at this time. So he drove his vehicle into the wall, ran around the corner, and then in through that gate where the police are still located. So this is a crime scene. The police are still treating it as such. It's cordoned off. And as we stand here, just on the edge of the cordon, we can see police vehicles come and go. Several police vehicles left in the last few minutes, but all the indications are, for the moment, how this cordon is staying in place. The investigation, the detailed forensic investigation.
Saying terrorism concerns us all. France knows how the British people are suffering today. That just in from the French embassy. Well, our political correspondent Eleanor Garnier is with me here at Westminster. And Eleanor, we know that the MPs and peers who were in lockdown as soon as this happened, they've now been moved to Westminster Abbey.
Yeah, that's right. As soon as the incident happened and police took control of the situation, Westminster went into lockdown. MPs were even locked inside the chamber, and I don't know if they have now been let out. A lot of people were moved into Westminster Hall. It's one of the biggest parts of Westminster. About 20 minutes ago, they were moved across the road into Westminster Abbey. I understand from one of the MPs inside Westminster Abbey that there are 1,000 people in there. This MP told me they expected to be in there for around 90 minutes. They're being given a briefing by a senior police officer. It's not quite clear whether or not those MPs are going to be asked for information. Perhaps they may be able to help with this incident, which we now know is a serious anti-terrorism operation that is now going on.
And the Prime Minister, was in the Palace of Westminster. She was escorted very quickly back to Downing Street, and she's about to chair a meeting at Cobra, the Emergency Committee.
Yeah, the Prime Minister was in the House of Commons, or in Parliament. Some witnesses say she was bundled very quickly into her car, which then sped off towards number 10. She's been there all afternoon, obviously being briefed and getting the latest information. She's going to be hosting a Cobra meeting. That is the top level meeting that is pulled together when serious incidents happen. There'll be not just top politicians there, but senior people from across Whitehall and also from the security services and the Metropolitan Police as well. So the most senior people will be at that Cobra meeting. And I'm sure, as we heard from David Lidington, the leader of the House of Commons, pretty much imminently when this incident happened, he said that obviously the police were taking control of the situation. He was very sad that one police officer had in fact been injured. We now know that that police officer did sadly die.
And just in terms of security around Palace of Westminster, I mean, it's been increased hugely over recent years, understandably, but of course you can't stop an attack of this kind, really.
If you work in Westminster, like I do, but for people who work in offices around here too, we're very used to seeing police on the entrance and exits of the Palace of Westminster, armed police, also around the tube. It's not unusual to see police officers walking around inside Parliament too. But since this incident happened, obviously we have seen police car after police car going past. Some unmarked, lots of unclothed plainclothes police officers, ambulances, police dogs as well, and a serious incident fire brigade unit as well. So yeah, the police operation has massively stepped up, and actually the longer we got after the incident, the further and further away the cordon was pushed, and that's why we are now about 300 metres away from the Palace of Westminster. And it is, there are flashing blue lights behind us, but it is some distance now that we are from the Palace of Westminster and where this incident happened.
And as I was saying, that Tobias Ellwood, the junior minister in the Foreign Office, the fact he was so closely involved trying to save the life of this policeman just shows this was really the heart of Westminster.
That's right. I mean, Westminster is the centre of London, if you like. There are always lots of tourists here. It's a key spot to have your photograph taken, but it's also incredibly busy because of where it is, right in the centre of Westminster. There's always masses of traffic. But inside the palace too, you don't just have MPs and peers. Remember, there are hundreds of people who help to keep this place going. There's people who look after the kitchens and the cleaners, and everybody works closely together inside the palace.
Ellen, we're just going to try and show you, just over on that side of the road, you might be able to see some school children who are being escorted away from the Palace of Westminster by the police. Obviously, a very traumatic day, confusing and bewildering, no doubt, for them to have been caught up in all of this chaos. I don't know how long they've been here, but of course, Westminster, as Eleanor was just saying, very much a centre for tourists to come, to have their picture taken around Parliament. So let's just bring back in Eleanor Garnier, my colleague, political correspondent. Eleanor, really, it's just, Westminster is such a busy place all the time, not just politicians, but tourists, people coming just to have a look at Westminster.
And school trips too, and there's a relatively recently opened visitor centre, and that's perhaps where these young people, these pupils have been. It was opened quite recently. It gives people a chance to find out what Westminster's all about, and there are always school trips coming to learn about democracy and the way Westminster works. So yeah, it's not just MPs and peers that will have been caught up in this extremely serious incident. It's members of the public, school children as we've just seen, but also other staff inside the Palace of Westminster. And there will be people who are friends and have family members who work in the palace who will have been worried this afternoon, worried about the safety of everybody inside the Palace of Westminster. But MPs that I've been speaking to have been praising the police, praising how quickly they acted and they managed to close down the situation as we understand.
It says that the sites included the British consulate, the British mission to the United Nations, this according to senior New York Police Department officials. When you have an attack like this in a city like London, how much awareness, how much concern does that raise? Well, not just in other cities on the continent, but also across the Atlantic.
Yes, the UK becomes and has always been a target, but after an incident like this, it's an additional target because, again, I keep saying this, the primary objective of these attacks is publicity. And these people know that the media focuses on the UK, and so they will do whatever they can to build on the publicity that they've achieved or they believe they've achieved to try and reinforce it by carrying out attacks, if not in the UK, on British interests abroad, which they might find are less well protected.
And a very difficult question to answer, Afzal, when there is so much uncertainty around the circumstances of this attack and still so much we don't know about the perpetrators and the motivation. How might things change as a result of what we've seen here today, whether it be in terms of long-term police presence, security presence, or what intelligence agencies are looking for?
Well, they will obviously find out not just who the individuals involved in this case are, but who might be supporting
It's a full counter-terrorism investigation at this point. We understand that at least one person was killed, 10 people were injured, according to the London Ambulance Service. Anything about that?
The police have not talked about that or made their understanding of it clear. Eyewitnesses, however, have talked about seeing a man run from the driver's side of that vehicle after it crashed into the wall and run around the corner in through the gate. Is that the same person who then attacked the police with a knife? That's the understanding of eyewitnesses, but it's still not clear. The police are not saying. The police say at this moment they're keeping an open mind for the investigation, that they are following a number of avenues of investigation at this time, treating it, as we have said, as a terror incident until other information becomes clear. So the details of whether it was one attacker or more just isn't clear at this moment.
That there wasn't further risk, that there wasn't potentially more than one attacker involved. But what we heard from the police there is that they are pretty sure that there's only one person. They're continuing their checks, their searches, really doing a very thorough investigation on this lockdown area surrounding the attack, just to be sure that there is no ongoing risk to the public or anyone else.
Yeah. So we do know the attacker is dead. We know that 3 people were killed. The attacker dead, as the police mentioned. Do we know anything about this presumed assailant? Did the police update us on that?
They did not know, so we don't know still what the motive was behind all of this. But you've heard the police say a couple of times now that they're treating this as a terror investigation until they have any reason to treat it as such.